Hello lovelies, today we're taking a look at Black Chamber for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. It's an adventure, so all my usual disclaimers about reviewing adventures apply. This is not a hardback book. Dun dun dun! It is about A5 in format, it is around 40 pages, it's an adventure. So, white text on a black background, which some people don't like, I know. The artwork throughout is this kind of somewhat naive, semi-outsider art that appeals to some people. It doesn't appeal to others. Personally, I don't like it, but I recognize it as a style. Particularly one found previously in Underground Comics, which I know Raji is into. It's an aesthetic that I don't like, but which I understand is a thing that exists and that some people do like. Of course, reviewing adventures is difficult because you don't want to give too much away. There is backstory of alien exotic weirdness. There is quite a lot to this in terms of random encounters and a larger sort of dungeon and a desire to escape and everything else. However, the majority of the adventure is going to take place here in this one room. The whole thing is basically like the X-Men's Danger Room, except you can actually die. So you're going to spend most of the adventure stuck in one room, facing trap after trap, monster after monster. This does not strike me as a particularly good time. It's a bit disappointing. The background information you're not as likely to run into necessarily. So this was a disappointment. I like that Raji and Lamentations are doing softcover books, if only because it will save them money shipping to people. The background ideas and so on in this aren't particularly likely to come up. You're just likely to slaughter your way through a bunch of weird monsters without necessarily finding out too much about the backstory or what is really going on. So that's perhaps of more interest to the games master than it is to the players, perhaps. What is good is that we have a whole bunch of different monsters and mechanisms, traps and so forth, which are easily transposable into other games. So this might have been better done as a kind of small, short, weird bestiary and trap book than as an adventure itself. So in terms of style, keeping in mind that I understand the stylistic choices, even if I don't like them myself. Even so, I think a 3 for style is quite generous. In terms of substance, weird, because I don't think there's much of substance here for the adventure itself, but I think it's very useful outside of the adventure, in that a lot of the things that are in this you can take and you can use elsewhere. So striking a balance between the two, that's going to be 3 as well. So that's style 3, substance 3, 6 out of 10, 3 out of 5. Deeply average, which is not good for Lamentations, but I do think that the softcover, cheaper to ship, cheaper to produce book is something that is to be encouraged, and there are other ones in these new releases that are similarly presented. Zang.
The whole Rose is a dying of the consumption. Rose's house, the finest and only cat house in the town of Jezebel, is up for grabs. It's every girl for herself, and only one can earn the deed to the house and Rose's stash of gold all to herself. A rootin', tootin', moochin' adversarial story game for 2+ players. No GM, pack of cards needed, poker chips or beads needed, and you can get it at post-mart.com, lulu.com, or drive-through RPG.
Cocksucker!